Here's the practice guide for the Gossec Gavotte. Your key signature for cello is no sharps and no flats. There's a couple of concepts that are new, but for the most part, the rhythms are simple enough for you, and the form is simple enough for you. So starting from beginning, I'll play a little bit and then break it down. So that's the first 8 measures. I would do this around the balance point, about there, and then go about to the middle, and that's as much bow as I would use. Stop the bow since they are all with staccato dots. So you want to try to pinch the string with your first finger and release after each note. That's the sound you want. Now we have this teeny tiny little note, the B in measure 2. This is a grace note. So for grace notes, we want to play them as fast as possible, close to the big note. So if I play just the big notes without the grace note, it sounds like this. Adding the grace note right before I play C, I just do a BC. So it doesn't really fit into kind of rhythm, but it stays with the the big note. So that's going to happen a whole bunch in this piece. Going forward. There's that grace note again, and this grace note is an F sharp grace note, accidental. Measure 5, same as the beginning. Then measure 7 is different. There are no dots here. I would think long little. Extension. And then extension for that accidental F sharp. So watch for that extension. Going forward, measure 9. And notice it says RIT, meaning ritornando, slow down at measure 14. That's why I did so. Then at 15 out tempo, go back into your original speed. At measure 15, it's important that you use independent fingers. This is going to help you guide your fingers along. Since there are mixed finger patterns, it's not always going to be second finger in first position on one string, and it's not always going to be third finger in first position. So watch your fingers there. Going forward, measure 17 says cantabile, meaning singing like, and it gives you the lines underneath the quarters. So here you need to play longer. This section is supposed to sound different for a few bars. I would think half bows for every quarter and 2 8th note slurs. And the sneaky part about this is that 16th passage at 20. Most people end up playing it too fast. If you try to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, well, that means you have to play the 16th. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and. Maybe you can, but most likely you can't. So don't play it as fast as you think. I would practice these 16th notes slow. F sharp first, then F natural in the second one, and it's a 4-note 16th slur, just like in the Hunter's chorus. That's how I would practice that, and then make it faster. I would tunnel also my 4th finger's G. Tunnel. And then we move forward. Measure 21, I'll go back up to tempo. Up, up. Repeats back to 17. Right, so watch for those repeat signs. I'm not going to put in any dynamics in this. I'm just going to give you the notes and rhythms. It's going to be up to you to put in those dynamics on your own. Okay, you need to have something to do by yourself. So going forward, I'm going to play from 25 if we were to go on. Again, 4-note 16 slurs. One more time. 29. adding C string notes. And there's a up there so that you can get close to the frog and pitch the last two. It's cut off from the beginning, from the bottom of the page, but it says DC al fine. So reminders for DC al fine, the ending is not the true ending. When you get to measure 32 and you finish the pizzicato, you need to go back to the beginning. Pizz, pizz, beginning. Then you play through the beginning without any repeats until you see the word fine, and that's the true ending. So a few things that are new. I would isolate the slurred 16th notes and play those by themselves slower and then put it together faster. The speed that I went at the beginning is how fast this should go. I wouldn't go any faster, and you can go a little slower if you need to.